Hello, StarCraft fans! This is falconpaladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of MidRank Madness. This is a game between Barcode and elephanturd on Prion Terraces. Yes, this is another edition of MidRank Madness where we highlight gold, platinum, and diamond level play. I figured that segment of the StarCraft 2 population was kind of neglected, and so I figured to highlight them once a week. If you'd like to submit a replay to MidRank Madness, go ahead and send your amazing replay to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of MidRank Madness, and me and my screeners will take a look at it, and we'll see what we can figure out. In the top side of Prion Terraces, we have the red Protoss player representing MPC. It is Barcode. And in the bottom side of Prion Terraces, we have the blue Zerg player representing nobody. It is elephanturd. I like how he used the T in elephant and the T in turd to combine into one. So it's just elephanturd. I feel it's very efficient use of the English language. So a PVZ here for our weekly MidRank Madness game. I believe this is a diamond level replay. So it should be some higher level stuff than we've seen in the last couple weeks. I think we've had some golds. I think somehow a silver snuck into my MidRank Madness accidentally, but it was such an amazing game. I just didn't, I felt like I had to cast it. It had so much crazy stuff. I felt like one of the players was drinking while they were playing. I hoped it was entertaining, and I hope that many of you felt the same way. Hatch first here for elephanturd going here on Prion Terraces, and there it is at the gold base. We see this a lot from Zerg players, especially against Protoss. Now the question is, can Barcode punish this or not? If he lets this get up, he's in a lot of trouble. That extra income that he gets from these gold minerals for elephanturd is going to spawn a lot of units to come crush this front door. But is that a forge? It's a forge into a gateway. He's going to cannon this out. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen this in a long time in Legacy of the Void. Barcode is actually going to Barcode is going to photon cannon out this base. This hatchery cannot see it. You'll notice the views distance of a hatchery is very, very small. Oh, now we can just barely see it. Actually, did he send a drone over? He sent a drone over. But look at this pylon cannon. Wow, he's really dedicating to killing this base. If I'm elephanturd, I cancel this. There it is. And I go ahead and throw down my hatchery somewhere else and hope these actually finish. And trying to kill the probe. Can he get it? He gets the probe. That's a nice pickup. Drones, get out of there. Let these cannons finish and get out of there. Do not stick around. These cannons will kill you so fast. Run, run, run. Gonna lose one. Losing one worker. Losing two workers. And three workers. Oh, bit of a miss micro there from elephanturd. Should not have lost any at all. But these cannons are up, and they wouldn't have killed anything except for the fact the drones got a little bit too close for their own comfort there. So the cannons did kill 3 workers, but in its exchange for 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 minerals dedicated to this, which is going to do nothing. Sure, it might get some shots off on some units running down this ramp, but that is it. That's a big time problem here. And meanwhile, elephanturd actually going for the gold base over here rather than, I would assume, the safer base over here. So interesting choice, elephanturd. We'll see if that pays off. Meanwhile, the Protoss is going for the gateways, cybernetics core, getting warp gate research. Actually, no. Not getting, there it is, now getting warp gate. And again, that forge, double assimilator up here, doing a good job on that worker count, up 21 to 19. And getting a nexus of his own. APM for these guys is about over 100 for the Zerg player, around 150 right now. For Barcode, 150 to 150, fairly even. Look at this. Surprisingly. Whoa, dropping down a little bit there for elephanturd, but that's okay. Not much going on for the Zerg player. Getting a lair, getting a spine crawler. What's he worried about with the spine crawler? I don't know, but then moving into a hydralisk den. So going hydras here, just right off the bat. No roaches, no spire, no nothing, just hydralisks. I suppose he's going to use those for going the high ground to try to snipe down these cannons, but I wouldn't even worry about those. If I was elephanturd, I would seriously try to break down this front wall. Because look, there's an adept, a cannon, and a zealot here. If like 12 roaches showed up, that'd be it. That'd be end of the story for Barcode. But instead, going for hydras take a little bit longer to build, a little bit more gas intensive. And we'll have to see how this works out. Is he getting another spine crawler? He is. Why are you worried about an attack here? Your Protoss player invested way too much money early in this to actually come try to kill you. So I guess he's hoping this base remains hidden, which you can probably safely assume. Protoss player has no idea it's there. Hasn't scouted since dropping these cannons. But alright. Oh, the Nidus. Whoa, lurker. So 2-base lurker Nidus play here from elephanturd. He needs more gas than this. Getting a spore crawler. He needs both of these assimilators to make this work. He doesn't have enough gas to get a bunch of hydras, make them into lurkers, and then throw down a Nidus on the other end of the map. I really don't think that he does. But you know what? It might work. It totally could. So here goes a lot of adept play from Barcode, and another gateway here. Warp gate just about to finish, and I think at some point Barcode might want to venture outside his base just to be a little aggressive, I suppose. Mothership core patrolling back and forth, throwing up pylons around the outer edges of the base. I think Barcode might have a bit of a smidgen of an idea of what's coming his way, as the Overlord is just hanging out. I think he might be able to plant one right here to be outside of the range, outside of the vision of those pylons. No, not even then. Maybe not. I don't know. elephanturd might try it. He may well not. Warping in some units here at the front door. There are some Stalkers. Hydra coming on back home. There are 3 Hydras and 6lings on the way with 2 Spines. All right, the Spines might actually come in handy here. If he comes up, if the Barcode player comes up the ramp with these Stalkers and with these Adepts, along with the Mothership core, the Hydras, if they can snipe down the Mothership core. Oh, and Lurkers are going to be very useful too. I don't see any detection here. No observers at all. Actually, for our Protoss player, does not have an observer. Ooh, back on out. Nope, losing a Ling there. Just kind of trying to bait, I think trying to bait the Protoss player up here. Photon Overcharge doesn't do anything. Is this a 50 energy match here? 25. All right. Spines are starting to hit stuff here. They do extra damage to the Stalkers because they're armored. No extra damage to the Adepts, but it's enough DPS anyway as it stands. Hydras trying to take this thing down. They might be able to do it. 2 Hydras trying to take it out. And can they get it? Are they going to chase it down? No. Very smartly backs up. I feel like he might have lost those 2. Meanwhile, the Nidus Worm pops inside the main base. What's in here? A Lurker, 3 Lings, and a Hydralisk. Are they going to come out? Oh, recalls home just in time. The Lurker, however, there's no detection for that Lurker, and there it burrows. It's going to try to spine this whole army by itself. Not going to happen. Hydra trying to get that Mothership core. No! No, 10 hit points remaining. It does end up dead. The Nidus Worm dies, but the Lurker is trying to stab everything to death. Going for some probe kills here. Has none yet. There we go. Now has 2. Meanwhile, some Lings are rallied to the wrong place because they run right by those cannons and they end up dead. Another Spine Crawler coming up. elephanturd playing so defensively. Where is the detection? Where is the detection for Barcode? I don't know. He's trying to take down a pylon here. I would pick him up, honestly, and try to sneak him inside this mineral line. It might be a better choice. But getting the pylon is nice. That does hurt Barcode just a little bit. Meanwhile, what is Barcode doing? He's chrono boosting. He has a couple of workers just kind of hanging out here, doing nothing at all. This base up and running for elephanturd. 29 to 25 harvesters. Another Nidus pops out. And here it is. Lings, Queens, Hydras try to snipe down the Mothership core. They do get the Mothership core, but a Photon Overcharge is up. The Lurker trying to assist with this attack. The Hydras in the back dealing a lot of damage, but now they're being focused on down. Hydras are completely gone. Nidus Worm too. This Spine's really doing a lot of damage to these units, though a lot of these are out of shields, starting to take damage into their actual armor there. And the Lurker needs to move up. Move up here. Try to kill some workers. There are now cannons on the way. Bad positioning here for the Lurker. Getting the Assimilator is nice, but still not quite amazing. More Lurkers on the way. I guess those might be defensive Lurkers. Transferring some workers over. You be so careful. You be so... Oh, no, there are Adepts. This is a bad place for workers. Workers, drones, run! Oh, boy. They're trying to juke here. But they are faster than Adepts. Adepts might be able to catch them with the psionic transfer ability, and that almost worked. But no, they're all going to die here. Psionic transfer, possibly trying to get past those Spines, and they do. They sneak past the Spines, get right into this mineral line, and they do end up killing 1 worker, killing 2 workers, and there's a Queen here as well. A Lurker trying desperately to stab these things down, but once again does not do extra damage versus Adepts because they are not armored. But 20 per Spine is pretty good. One of the Adepts wanders in the range of the Spine Crawler, ends up dead there. And Adepts trying to get this here. Queen, can they get it? Going after workers instead, accepting their fates as being dead, and gets another drone before the last one falls. 19 drones have been killed. It's 25-2 and 19 total harvesters. Evolution Chamber being thrown down back here. I guess it's time for upgrades. That would make sense here. But resources lost tab 15. So let's see, 1,500 minerals and 300 gas loss for the Protoss player, 2,500 minerals and 450 gas loss, including 19 workers for elephanturd. Here come the Lurker push. The Lurker's trying to get up here, but again, the sight range for photon cannons is pretty big. I was going to say, I'm not sure they can actually lay siege here. A Guardian Shield pops up. I guess they're going for the Lurker. Here we go. Guardian Shield is up. The Lurker desperately trying to spine and save its own life, but it falls very quickly, and the Lurker is gone here at the 9-minute and 22-second mark. These Lings trying to stay alive, running for their lives. They don't even have metabolic boost, though. So, their days are numbered. I'm just going to say here. A ton of Adepts sitting right here at the bottom of the ramp for Barcode. Does he think he has elephanturd contained on one base? I'll bet he does. I bet he thinks to himself, haha, the Zerg's on one base, what a sucker. Meanwhile, this base is up and running and doing pretty well for the blue Protoss. Zerg, rather. Big attack here with some Lings and some Roaches against a lot of Adepts, though. Barcode bringing all the Adepts to the house. They can all psionic transfer right on past these spines, though, and this is going to be a huge, big problem for elephanturd. This is so many Adepts, and here they are. Roaches, Queens, trying desperately to do what they can. A Lurker throwing spines out, one at a time. All the Roaches are gone. The Queen's gone. Wait, there's still a Roach left. Can he kill all these guys quickly enough? I do not know. Are they trying to kill the Spire? They're trying to kill the Spire. They're going after the buildings. I think they're going to be able to get it. There's just not enough DPS to take these Adepts out before the Spire falls. And the Spire does end up falling. More Roaches pop out just in time, though. It should be enough to clean out the remainder of these Adepts. There's just nowhere for them to go. They're trying to poke into a corner, but yeah, a full surround here with these Roaches. I don't think any of these guys are getting out. And no, none of these gals do. Every single Adept dies. So actually not bad damage there for elephanturd. Has only lost 19 workers to this point. Did he lose only like 2 workers during that entire attack? He very well may have. Finally, Roaches and Lings clean up this over here, and elephanturd is able to throw down his gold base. Finally, after trying to go hatch first at the 11-minute mark, able to throw down a hatch there safely. Now, what is Barcode up to is my next question. Has a small army back here. They cleaned up those Lings, but they need to get to work on something else. And going for Immortal play here is Barcode. 3 Immortals, very, very good against those Roaches. Ah, and the Observer scouts the base. Oh no, Barcode says. How did that get up without me knowing about it? That's why you scout, ladies and gentlemen. That is why you scout. So slow Lings, Lurkers, Roaches, a lot of Roaches with +1 armor here. An Adept taking damage, a single Muta here as well. I do not recommend walking up that ramp. I don't recommend it, elephanturd, but double expanding behind this. Putting on some pressure. Trying to spine on up. These Lings, yeah, there are a lot of Stalkers here. There are, how many Immortals? 2 Immortals, 1 more in production. A Dark Shrine on the way. Roaches, no, Roaches not able to get in there. It's just a good combination of defense here with the Immortals, the Stalkers, the Adepts, the Cannon for the spotting of the Lurkers. Can they get the Cannon? I think they need to focus it down. They're trying to focus it down, and the Cannon does fall. But there's an Observer with this army, so I don't know. The Roaches are trying to stand in and kill everything, but they decide to back on out. Guardian Shield is up. Trying to get some shots off. They do end up killing the Forge. That's nice. Delay some of those upgrades, and here comes a Warp Prism heading out. Barcode says, I am on my back foot. It's time to send out some Dark Templar. My Dark Shrine is just about to finish. We'll see what damage they can do. However, there is a Spore Crawler here, and a Spore Crawler and Spines at that base too. I'm not sure how much DTs can do. Getting this Cybernetics Core would be nice. Killing that future tech of Barcode, and it does end up falling. Wow. Being a little bit passive here is Barcode, but the Lurkers burrow on in. Observer scanning everything. The Lurker does explode. The 3 Immortals against this many Roaches. Pretty darn good force field there too. Trying to spine up. Lurker ends up falling. Roaches, every time they dance back, they lose 1 or 2 more of their number. And actually, the Warp Prism going to warp in units out here. I don't really understand why, but here comes Barcode heading on south. On the counter-offensive now. What is here? A Queen, a Spine Crawler. I don't think this is enough. Barcode is probably able to kill this base. And he does. The Spine Crawler ends up falling. Roaches. Spore Crawler almost killing that Observer. 5 hit points left. No. Oh, get to snipe it down. The Queen barely gets it before she ends up falling here. But 3 Immortals. This many Stalkers immediately melting that Spine Crawler. This hatchery is in for a world of hurt. Already down to 30% health. Oh, losing that drone too. Elephanturd still up 29 to 24 harvesters. This hatch has already popped. This one too. The mining is through the roof right now for the Zerg player, but still Protoss is actually ahead. Thanks to what exactly? Yes, this base is up and running, but not many workers here is a problem. Some idle drones at that base, and Overlords are heading on out. I think, why would you push? Does he know about this? He doesn't know about that. He can't see that. No, he can't see that Nidus form. Why are you heading back to offensive position? Barcode, you killed that base. Continue pushing forward. There is nothing for the Zerg player right now. Nothing at all. 2 Hydras, 3 Roaches, a Lurker, 4 Lings. All right, well, here comes the Nidus form attack number 3. 2 cannons immediately kill every single one of those lings. A lurker and 3 roaches here too. Not necessarily enough to kill much of anything, but they can actually outrange this cannon and kill this Nexus. But here comes some Archons, and the entire army comes back here. Run for your life, elephanturd. Don't stand and fight. Losing the roaches, blorp. Losing the lurker very quickly here too. Archon doing 35 damage versus biological. The Nidus worm explodes and collapses painfully to the ground and will dissolve. And the creep will recede. So right now it's basically 3 base to 3 base. 24 to 37 workers. Elephanturd now mining fairly well from this gold base as well as his natural. Has he replaced any workers over here? No. Still refusing to mine from his main base, but, you know, I think that'll work out in the end. Pushing for more lurkers, going for an infestation pit. And also an evolution chamber, 2 more workers, plus 1 melee attack. Getting melee attack without getting metabolic boost. Such an interesting choice here. Nope, does have metabolic boost. I apologize. Somewhere around there, our Zerg player did get it. 4 Hydras on the way. Getting glial reconstitution. It is 75 to 63 total supply. Protoss looking strong. Has these stalkers. Archons. Observer trailing on behind. If they don't wait for this observer, this could be fairly painful, but if these guys don't burrow, it's going to be painful for the Zerg player. Elephanturd. Alert, alert, Will Robinson. Danger, Will Robinson. Burrow. Get in there and burrow. Okay, so they do manage to burrow, but one of them died before they did much of anything at all. The Spine's chasing everybody away here. The Observer is ready to go, ready to rock. 2 DTs inside that Warp Prism. They're checking for a base over here. There are 3 workers that got chased away forever ago. Oh, Elephanturd. Yep. And that's it. So, Archon. 3 Archons here, 3 Immortals, a bunch of Stalkers. And again, this 3 base to 3 base barely, I think, barely benefits the Zerg player. No, actually, no. I mean, Protoss, because of this gold base, still nothing mining there. So it's essentially 2 to 2, I would say. 2 bases to 2 bases. 24 to 28 harvesters. Army supplies, take a look at that. About 3,000, 1,800 for the Protoss. 1,700, 850. Wow, Elephanturd way behind right now. War Prism heading down the left side of the map, going to try for some sneaky DT tactics. Might be able to take out a bunch of stuff here. These Spines are not in position to defend anything at all. Spore Crawler, yes, you can see the DTs, but this Queen is not enough to actually hold them off. Barcode is going for a 4th Nexus here on the high ground. We don't see this very much. Usually the 4th is going to be over here at the gold, but Barcode doing what he wants to do. Ah, it's actually a Zealot Warp in. And going to take down what? Going to go after the Lurker Den? Yes, going after the Lurker Den here. Can they take out this many? Oh, perfect positioning on those Zealots and a better surround here by the Lings, though. Is it enough? However, I don't know. The armor on the Lings, they are +1/+1 Lings, making them pretty darn effective. The Hydras come in, though, and the Zealots are in a lot of trouble. They're trying to make it back home to the Warp Prism, warping out 2 of them and escaping, but that is it. Meanwhile, Barcode choosing not to attack during all of that chaos. Observer here to spot these guys, and a few Spine Crawlers should not scare these Archons and these Immortals. Go for it, Barcode. I believe in you. You can do this thing. No. Nope. Instead decides to head on out, head on home. Barcode is now going for a Robotics Bay. Continued Hydra and Ling production from Elephanturd. I like the composition. Hydra Ling here, pretty nice. If the Hydras can snipe down these Archons, Lings can clean up everything else here pretty well. Unless, of course, they get some Dark Templar mixed in, and if the Archons aren't killed, then they can obviously eat up those Lings. So, pretty good choice here from Barcode. Some good positioning, and some good micro can make a difference for Elephanturd. I apologize, Elephanturd. Alright, 4 bases officially up and rocking for Barcode here from MPC. More Adepts warping in at this forward pylon. There they are with their Nidus warp-in animation, and an Ultralisk Cavern on the way for Elephanturd. Going for Ultras, and here it is. Nidus Worm, is this number 4? Nidus Worm number 4 for Elephanturd. He believes, man. He believes in the power of Nidus Worms, and he doesn't care if you don't, because he's going to do it. Elephanturd! What's inside this Nidus? A bunch of Lings, a bunch of Hydras, and a Lurker. It looks like this is a lot of Lings, actually. And some Roaches, and here come the Hydras. Oh, sniping down that Mothership Core. They want to chase it down so bad. Stutter stepping forward. No. Nope, the army is here to respond. Back on out. Back on out. A single Lurker is not enough to deter this army. I'm sorry. There are 2 Observers here. Get back inside the Nidus. Run for your life. Get inside the Nidus. Okay, so they do kill one of the Archons, and can they get another one? Can they snipe those down? Trying to snipe down the Warp Prism from the backside, actually. Getting the Warp Prism, and then escaping into the Nidus Worm before it explodes. Wow, those are some combat Hydras there. Nicely done indeed, Hydralisks. All right, so I mean, not exactly a fair trade here. Resources lost, 7,300 minerals for the Protoss, 1,600 for gas for the Protoss, 9,300 minerals and 2,600 gas lost for the Zerg player. 25 to 8 workers have been killed. More drones than probes have died. Going for double Stargate now is Barcode. About 1,300 minerals, 300 gas remaining here. And there it is, trying to throw down this hatchery with some DTs warping in. Oh, that's why you scan for pylons when you do this, elephanturd. Can he get the cancel? That's the question of the day. Ready for the cancel? Checking for workers. Definitely no. Oh, you're actually going to let this finish and try to kill drones as they come in. It's an interesting strategy, Barcode. I'm not sure if I agree with that decision making, but still. Elephanturd is going for Vipers, going for chitinous plating, has some ultras out. They are +3 Carapace and +1 on the Kaiser Blades melee attack. So some good fungal growth, some good play from the Ultras, good Hydra DPS backing all this up. Hydra Ultra is not a bad composition. The Ultras can tank pretty hard for the Hydras, and as long as they're not taking damage, Hydras do a lot of DPS. Let's see here. No plus missile attack though, so 12 damage. Range of 5, weapon speed of 0.54, and finally the DTs get a couple swipes off to take down this hatchery. There's the cancel. Good reaction time from Elephanturd. An attack up here with some lings get completely melted. I don't think they kill anything at all. The army coming back trying to defend their bases, but I think this is enough. Are those actually Overseers? Overseers morphing in. A lot of Overseers. Using Consume on that Extractor, the Viper try to get more additional energy for the future spells that it will cast. And I don't know what the 100 Overseers are for, but I suppose we'll have to wait and see, I guess, for the DTs. Anyway, the forward pylon does get taken down finally. Kaboosh. There it goes. Another base here up and running for the Barcode. Really macroing pretty darn well here. Another base on the way, however, for Elephanturd. It's 32 to 38 workers, 130 to 126 total supply. Hey, and there's the Fleet Beacon. Fleet Beacon on the way. Could this be for Tempest? Could this be for carriers? The gas income is not super high for Barcode as it stands, although fully saturated there. Fully saturated. Nope, not fully saturated here. Should really put some more workers on this base. And if it gets 2 assimilators here, it might be enough. Some lings end up dead. The lings are a little bit too eager for their own good. If they roll in here by themselves, these Archons will eat them right up. +1 attack on these guys. Their Sonic Shockwave doing 39 damage. Versus biological. Guess how much that's enough to one-shot a ling? Yes, it is. Overseers rock on in, drop down some changelings to do some scouting, forcing a cancel on the Nexus. The lings take down a cannon. Ultras on the front line. So many immortals back there, though. Wow, they're going to be able to melt through these Ultras if they stand and fight. I don't know if they want to, though. Lings flanking from the right side, Ultras on the left side. An immortal does fall, but also an Ultralisk. Another Ultra trundling up from the south. Fungal growth on top of everything. Infested Terrans. The Hydras sniping down most of everything here as well. They need to chase and help with the Ultras. The Ultras are completely gone. All that's left here are some Infested Terrans and some Hydras and some Roaches. Immortal 1 ends up dead. The Adepts doing a lot of damage versus these Hydras because they are light units. And yes, looks like Barcode will be able to hold on here. A lot of units died for both of these players. It is 77 to 56 total supply in favor of Elephanturd. I feel like he threw away more than that, though. That was a lot of dead Ultralisks. Actually, it's fairly evened out. 12,000 minerals, 4,000 gas lost for Barcode. 14,000 minerals, 4,000 gas lost for Elephanturd. 42 versus 4,700 gas. Really not that much of a difference. Doing some good injects there, some good inject chaining here from Elephanturd. Getting any more upgrades for those Ultras. They really help a lot to have continued Carapace and melee attacks. There's the melee. I think I would choose Carapace, though, if I was Elephanturd. But again, pretty darn gas-starved. So maybe he is preferring to go with a little bit of a cheaper option. DTs, what are you doing? Yikes. I guess they forgot their Overseers with this army because they just tried to walk right into the teeth of everything the Elephanturd has. This base up and running. A few Hydras trying to defend it. I'd maybe throw down a Spore Crawler here just because, you know, DTs are out and about. Averagely, never mind. The Hydra is heading on out by themselves to do some scouting of their own. Overseer here. And yeah, both players just kind of hanging out here at the 24-minute mark. It is 32-40 Harvesters. Elephanturd looking good on that worker count. Really fully saturating the minerals here. Should take some extractors, though, just for that additional gas, which is so important to the Zerg late game. So scanning every one of these bases, we have some blue dots with some lings and some Hydras, and fully aware that nothing has been taken by the Protoss except for what elephanturd already knows that he has. So here's an Immortal Adept Void Ray Archon composition. I like it. Although pretty darn susceptible to, again, well, Ultra Hydra. The Void Rays are pretty good against Ultras, especially using the Prismatic Alignment. That relanes the Void Ray's Prismatic Beam to gain 6 damage versus armored units for 14 seconds. Really good against Ultras in that situation. Some Ravagers mixed in, though. Ah, Ravagers might do better. They don't take extra damage from the Immortals here because they're not armored. They take half damage from the Immortals. So maybe like a Ravager Hydra combo would not be a bad idea. Continuing to make Hydras, continuing that +3 melee attack, replacing the Spire that was lost about 10 minutes ago, I think. And like I said, both players just taking a breather, macroing up. Mothership. There it is, morphing the Mothership core into a Mothership. Does everything the Mothership core can do, except the new thing is Cloaking Field. And there it is. Makes everything here invisible. Zerg player cannot see this stuff, and it's not just because it's in the fog of war. Unless they bring Overseers, they can't see the army at all. So Corruptors are pretty good at dealing with Motherships because they are massive. Corruptors do extra damage versus massive units. So the Spire is going to finish. I'm not sure, however, that elephanturd sees this coming. I really don't. It's 144 to 115 total supply. Zealots here as well, and gonna try to take this space. Yes, where was there a Ling up here? I thought there was somebody scouting this for elephanturd. Apparently not. That did not happen. So elephanturd kind of sort of trying to max out, getting Vipers, getting a +2 missile attack to make those Hydras even more effective. Up to 49 to 34. A Worker's now a little oversaturated here, but does have the gas income coming off those extractors. More consumed from the Vipers, trying to max out their energy. And taking a base here, I think, might be a good idea for elephanturd, but going for Infestors has a lot of tech-heavy units. If he can be careful with these tech-heavy units, I like what he's able to do. Oh, actually killing the extractor with the Vipers. Oh, no. Got a little bit overeager there, and you need to replant this extractor. Replant the extractor, elephanturd. You killed it by accident. You killed it, and now it is gone. Vipers, maybe consume off the hatchery? No, going after an extractor again. Not many hit points on an extractor, you guys. It can't feed all of you. Meanwhile, Ling counterattack. Gonna go for this Nexus. Can they kill it? They do have the +3 melee attack, and they do. They're gonna force a cancel, forcing a cancel, and getting out of there. Amazing, amazing play there from elephanturd with the Ling counterattack. Nicely done. Trying to replant the Nexus immediately there. Is Barcode, and Ling's head back on home. It looks like NPC Barcode is not happy about this. More Infestors on the way, and Carriers. Carriers coming up too. So here comes elephantur's worst nightmare. Can he hold though? A couple Ultras in the front. Some Vipers maybe for Parasitic Bomb. And here we go. Here comes the attack. No, elephanturd backing on out, trying to stand on in. Parasitic Bomb is, and a yoink in here, trying to snipe down that Mothership core. There's a lot of DPS on the ground from the Hydras, and it does end up falling. Fungals on top of everything, too. Fungals on everything. The Mothership does end up falling. Vipers taking damage, Infestors walking their way to the front line. Lings rolling in from the right side, trying to get on top of those Immortals. Chorus of Bile being tossed on down. The Immortals are slowly getting whittled down as well. Is there anything in the air to get rid of these Void Rays? Boom. Losing some stuff. Corrosive Bile catching one of them, though. There is still a single Void Ray remaining. If the Ravagers can kill it with Corrosive Bile, that will be an amazing job. And oh no, 6 hit points remaining. They almost got it. They almost got it. It's 106 to 48 total supply. The Roaches and the Ravagers. Here come some more air units, though. This does not look good at all for our Zerg player. Corrosive Bile being thrown down, trying to kill this carrier. Almost able to do it. Not quite, though. The Void Ray is chasing everything here, trying to kill pylons, trying to kill drones, just trying to do what they can because they can't really shoot up effectively. An Ultra rolling on in here, too. Hydra trying to take out individual interceptors by its lonesome, but that is never a good feeling at all. Focus down the carrier. Hydras, do it. Focus down the carriers. Whoa, a bunch of Hydras there coming in from the right side there. Stalkers as well, trying to get rid of these Ravagers. The Ultra, if it gets on top of those, though, it's a bad news for the Stalkers. They recognize that. They get the heck on out. And here it is, a bunch of Hydras, some Ravagers, some Roaches taking out a Nexus and Ultra on top of everything here. Nothing to defend. The Stalkers are gone. Probes forced to return for their lives, and that's it. Barcode calls the GG. Elephanturd with the GG. Well played. Fun game here at the 29-minute mark. Almost had me, says the Zerg. And I keep saying Barcode has left the game, but he's still running around with his probes. He's playing Ring Around the Rosie here. Come on, Elephanturd was a nice guy. Some Immortals getting sniped down by 100 units right in their faces. Corrosive Biles being tossed on down, killing Pylons, almost killing Pylons, not really doing it. All right, and that's going to be it. There it is. Oh, man, just waited till I said that, huh? Barcode's defeated, Elephanturd's victorious, and Barcode has left the game. So there we have it. That is our weekly mid-rank madness. Really, really nice back and forth. I know I say that a lot, but man, in this case, it really seesawed a lot there. I didn't think Zerg would be able to do it, but excellent choice getting that parasitic bomb out on those air units. The Hydras, the Lings, the Ling counterattack on the right side to get rid of some of those Immortals were huge. Ravagers with Corrosive Bile really made the difference in that final battle as well. The Abduct on the Mothership, just excellent micro display from Elephanturd and ends up winning the game. So well played to him. And again, this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.